Hello everyone, welcome to the first annual EONTALK Movie Awards. With 2019 drawn to a close and 2020 upon us, this is the perfect time to look back on the Korean movies that were released the past year in 2019. There were a lot of good movies, several great ones, and a few extraordinary ones this year. A vote casting took place for about a week or so where community members of EONTALK got to vote for their favorite movies, actors, and actresses. Before jumping into the reveal, I would just like to put out a quick disclaimer that only the movies that were seen by me, myself, Ian, were considered for nominations. This means that there are other great movies that came out this year, but weren't included in the list because I personally have not seen them and thus cannot make a justified decision. Also, there are movies that I've seen but haven't made reviews for. Those films were included as candidacies. If you would like to read or view the movie reviews that were made, be sure to check out the official EONTALK website at eontalk.com as well as subscribe to the EONTALK YouTube channel. With that being said, let's move along to the award reveals. Nominated for the first category of Best Comedy were Extreme Job, Long Live the King, Exit, The Odd Family Zombie on Sale, and Inside Me. My personal pick amongst the nominations was Exit, starring Cho Jung-suk and Yoona. The fans' pick of Best Comedy of 2019 was Extreme Job. If you've read my written review of Extreme Job, I personally didn't really like the movie because it didn't really fit my taste of humor. However, Extreme Job has received massive recognition from both the Korean and global audiences and has a stunning cast of Ryu Seung-ryung, Lee Han-hee, Jin Sung-gyu, Lee Dong-hee, and Kong Myung. Extreme Job is regarded as one of the best comedic films of 2019 in Korea, and this shows as the community members of EONTALK also selected Extreme Job as the best comedy of 2019. Nominated for the Best Romance Film of 2019 were Crazy Romance, Tune In for Love, Romang, Inside Me, and Rosebud. My pick for Best Romance were between Tune In for Love and Crazy Romance, but I ultimately picked Tune In for Love. And the fans' pick of the Best Romance of 2019 was also Tune In for Love. Tune In for Love stars Jung Hae-in and Kim Go-eun. I especially enjoy this film because it takes a real look at not only romantic relationships, but also life in general. If you've seen my video review of the movie, you know that I highly enjoyed this movie because it makes you think back to your first love as well as gives you hints of nostalgia with its 90s vibes. Nominated for the Best Crime of 2019 were The Gangster, the Cop, the Devil, The Bad Guys, Reign of Chaos, By Quantum Physics, a Nightlife Venture, The Beast, and Tazza, One-Eyed Jack. My favorite amongst the candidates were Tazza, One-Eyed Jack. I had not made a written nor video review of this movie, but I did very much enjoy the film. Granted, it doesn't come close to the greatness of the first Tazza movie, but maybe because I went into it without much expectation, but I found it to be pretty funny and entertaining. Which film did the community members pick for the Best Crime of 2019? The Gangster, the Cop, the Devil. The Gangster, the Cop, the Devil stars Kim Moo-yeol and Kim Sung-gyu, as well as arguably the biggest action star of Korean cinema, Don Lee, aka Ma Dong-seok, aka The Rock of Korea. I personally wrote in my written review that the movie was a good light watch, and I still remember it having some of the best action sequences of 2019. Nominated for the Best Drama of 2019 were Money, My First Client, Manmoe, The Secret Mission, Innocent Witness, and A Resistance. My pick for the Best Drama of 2019 was Innocent Witness. Kim Hyang-gi put on an amazing performance in this, portraying a young lady with autism. The story was very emotional, but also eye-opening to the daily difficulties people with autism have to deal with. According to the voting polls, the The people of EONTALK also agreed, as Innocent Witness was chosen as the best drama of 2019. Innocent Witness starred Chung Woo-sung as the male lead and Kim Hyung-gi as the female lead, and I must say, the two put on a phenomenal performance. It's a definite watch if you love emotional Korean movies. Nominated for the best action were The Battle, Roar to Victory, The Bad Guys, Reign of Chaos, No Mercy, The Divine Fury, and Hit and Run Squad. My choice of the best action Korean film of 2019 was The Divine Fury, starring Park Seo-joon, An Sung-gi, and Woo Do-hwan. The winner of the best action 2019 picked by the audience was The Divine Fury. I had very high hopes for The Divine Fury, but I ultimately was left disappointed in the movie itself. However, I have to recognize that the action sequences were amazing. Nominated for the best thriller/horror of 2019 were Sabaha, The Sixth Finger, Metamorphosis, Idol, The Divine Fury, and Chopirho, The Dawning Rage. I honestly do believe Korean cinema makes the best thrillers around the world. This is the genre that really got me hooked onto Korean movies, and I feel like nobody really makes thrillers like Koreans do. My personal favorite of 2019? Metamorphosis. The user's pick for the best thriller/horror of 2019 was The Divine Fury. The Divine Fury lacked the thriller element that I personally really love when it comes to Korean movies. The grimy, dark, suspenseful vibes Korean thrillers like I Saw the Devil or The Chaser has wasn't really seen in The Divine Fury. I'm not saying that The Divine Fury lacked these traits, but it just didn't deliver it in the same way that traditional Korean thrillers do. Moving along, nominated for the most underrated movie of 2019 were Crazy Romance, The Odd Family Zombie on Sale, My First Client, Underdog, and By Quantum Physics, a Nightlife Venture. My pick for the most underrated film of 2019 was My First Client. Which film did the fans pick? The winner of the most underrated film of 2019 was My First Client. The results for this category came very, very close, less than 1% in fact. 29.5% voted for My First Client and 28.6% voted for The Odd Family Zombie on Sale. My First Client starred Lee Dong-hee, Yoo-sun, Choi Myung-bin, and Lee Joo-won. The acting performances was extraordinary. Lee Dong-hee and Yoo-sun put on amazing acting performances, and the child actors Choi Myung-bin and Lee Joo-won were just phenomenal. As mentioned in my written review, it's the acting performances of the cast that really set this movie apart. This is a definite watch and much deserving of more recognition. Nominated for the best feel-good movie were The Bad Guys, Reign of Chaos, Exit, Crazy Romance, By Quantum Physics, a Nightlife Venture, and Tazza, One Night Jack. My personal pick amongst these nominations was Exit. Perhaps maybe because I went into it without much expectation, but I was very happy and amused coming out of the theater. So much so that I regret giving it such a low ticket price value in my video review. So, what did the audience choose as the best feel-good movie of 2019? Exit as well. Exit stars Cho Jung-seok and Yuna of Girls' Generation, and although Cho Jung-seok also was great in the movie, I thought Yuna really killed the role. I can't think of anyone else that could have played the female role just as good as she did. Her comedic side really came out in the movie. The movie was full of not only laughters but also thrill and action. Moving along to the next category, nominated for the best emotional movie were Romang, Inseparable Bros, Tune In for Love, My First Client, and Innocent Witness. All of these movies were highly emotional, but my pick was Inseparable Bros. Lee Kwang-soo portrays a mentally challenged individual in this movie, and I must say, he is one of the best actors when it comes to playing characters such as this. He not only makes you laugh, but also makes you shed some tears at the same time. What did the community members of EONTALK select as the best emotional movie of 2019? Innocent Witness. As mentioned above, Innocent Witness showed exceptional emotional performances by the leads Chung Woo-sung and Kim Hyang-gi, and although I picked the Inseparable Bros as my favorite emotional movie of 2019, Innocent Witness was just as amazing. Nominated for the best story of 2019 were Parasite, Inseparable Bros, 말모이 The Secret Mission, Money, and Tune In for Love. The movie with the best story of 2019, in my opinion, was Parasite. With its many twists and underlying symbolisms and hidden messages, this is by far the best written movie of 2019. The fans pick? Of course, Parasite. And by a lot. 85.7% of the audience picked Parasite as the movie with the best story of 2019. Nominated for the best cast were The Bad Guys, Reign of Chaos, Jesters, The Game Changers, Extreme Job, Tazza, One Night Jack, and Parasite. I personally thought that the movie with the best cast of 2019 was, once again, Parasite, starring the amazing actors and actresses Song Kang-ho, Lee Sung-kyun, Cho Ye-jung, Choi Woo-sik, Park So-dam, Lee Jung-eun, Jang Hae-jin, Park Myung-hoon, Jung Ji-so, and Chung Hyun-jun. Parasite not only had amazing lead and supporting actors, but also featured a special cameo by Park So-jun. And the EONTALK community members pick? Also Parasite. Nominated for the best couple were Kim Nae-won and Kong Hyo-jin of Crazy Romance, Jung Hae-in and Kim Go-eun of Tune In for Love, Cho Jang-suk and Yuna of Exit, Jin Young and Ramiran of Inside Me, and Lee Won-gun and Ha Yeon-soo of Rosebud. All of the couples on the nominations list were worthy of winning this category, which is why it was so hard for me to pick just one couple. But it came very close to the couples of Crazy Romance, Tune In for Love, and Exit for me, and I ultimately chose Jung Hae-in and Kim Go-eun. This is because of the chemistry the two showed throughout the film, from when they first met to the concluding scenes. The performances by the two really gets your emotions going. The fans' pick for the best couple was Cho Jung-suk and Yuna. This was another very close category, with 39.7% for Exit's Cho Jung-suk and Yuna versus Tune In for Love's Jung Hae-in and Kim Go-eun at 33.9%. Exit's Cho Jung-suk and Yuna really showed their talent in making the audience laugh out loud. Nominated for the best director were Bong Joon-ho of Parasite, Lee Byung-hun of Extreme Job, Lee Han of Innocent Witness, Won Si-yeon of The Battle Road to Victory, and Chung Ji-woo of Tune In for Love. My pick for the best director was Parasite's Bong Joon-ho. Bong Joon-ho is probably one of the most highly regarded directors of South Korean cinema, with his amazing movie lineup of The Host, Mother, Snowpiercer, Okja, and of course, Memories of Murder. And he did it again with Parasite this year. The audience's pick? The one and only Bong Joon-ho. Nominated for the best supporting actor were Lee Kwang-soo of Tazza, One Night Jack, Park Myung-hoon of Parasite, Park Hae-jun of Tune In for Love, Kang Gi-young of Exit, and Woo Hyun of 말모이 The Secret Mission. My personal favorite supporting actor of this year was Kang Gi-young from Exit. The way Kang Gi-young is able to bring about laughter when he comes on screen is amazing. I remember seeing him in On Your Wedding Day and the K-drama Oh My Ghost, as well as another comedy released this year, Crazy Romance. He is definitely an actor to look out for. The community members' pick for the best supporting actor was Lee Kwang-soo from Tazza, One Night Jack, Lee Kwang-soo has massive love and support from around the world, and his presence on the Korean variety show Running Man has definitely given him the massive exposure he deserves. As mentioned before, he also starred in Inseparable Bros, where he put on an outstanding performance. Nominated for the Best Supporting Actress were Yeom Hae-ran of Innocent Witness, Lee Jung-eun of Parasite, Kim Guk-hee of Tune In For Love, Kim Sun-young of Malmoi The Secret Mission, and Chang So-yeon of Crazy Romance. All of the actresses on this list are well deserving of winning, but I personally loved Lee Jung-eun in Parasite. The way her appearance midway through the movie shifts the tone of the movie 180 degrees is amazing. Who did the audience pick? The Best Supporting Actress of 2019 according to the fans was Lee Jung-eun from Parasite as well. We are now drawing near the end of the show with just 3 more categories left. Best Lead Actor, Best Lead Actress, and of course, the Movie of the Year. First, let's take a look at the nominations for the Best Lead Actor. The nominations for the Best Lead Actor of 2019 were Song Kang-ho of Parasite, Park Seo-joon of Divine Fury, Jung Woo-sung of Innocent Witness, Jung Hae-in of Tune In For Love, and Cho Jung-suk of Exit. My pick was Song Kang-ho of Parasite. Song Kang-ho's ability to capture the audience's attention and grasp onto it is mesmerizing. This was his 4th time working on a movie directed by Bong Joon-ho, and you know the movie is going to be amazing when the two put their forces together. Who did the audience pick? Song Kang-ho of Parasite. And moving on to the Best Lead Actress of 2019, let's first take a look at the nominations. Nominated for the Best Lead Actress were Yuna of Exit, Park So-dam of Parasite, Kim Hyang-gi of Innocent Witness, Kim Go-eun of Tune In For Love, and Kong Hyo-jin of Crazy Romance. My pick of the Best Lead Actress of 2019 was Kim Hyang-gi of Innocent Witness. As I mentioned in the Best Drama section, Kim Hyang-gi was absolutely stunning in Innocent Witness. Her ability to portray the character with autism was amazing, making you really empathize with the character. The winner of the Best Lead Actress, as picked by the community members of EONTALK, was Park So-dam of Parasite. Park So-dam played the daughter of the family of Kitaeks, and to this day, the scene of Jessica's jingle is stuck in my head. And finally, the biggest, greatest, grandest of them all, Movie of the Year. There were a lot of great Korean movies that came out in 2019, but there can only be one Movie of the Year. Nominated for the Movie of the Year 2019 were Innocent Witness, Extreme Job, Exit, Parasite, and Tune In For Love. Can you guess the winner? Drum rolls, please. The Movie of the Year 2019 of the first EONTALK Movie Awards goes to Parasite. I think everyone could have guessed that Parasite would come out on top. Parasite isn't only the Movie of the Year, but I'd go as far as to say it's one of the best movies of the decade. I've personally seen the film twice in theaters, once when it first came out and once again when it had its special English subtitle screening, and I thoroughly enjoyed it both times. I feel like you learn and catch something new about the movie each time you watch it, and I can say with confidence that I'll be watching it several more times in the near future. Let's hope that it'll also win an Oscar as well. That concludes the first annual EONTALK Movie Awards. Thank you to everyone that watched till the end. I'll link the reviews to all the movies that won and were nominated down in the description box below, so be sure to check those out as well. 2019 was a great year, and I'm very much looking forward to what 2020 has to offer. Once again, thank you to all EONTALK supporters, and please look forward to the EONTALK Movie Awards of 2020 as well. Thank you.